Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is January reflection or January favorites. I will try, and I can change my mind, there is no promises, right? But I will try to do this kind of entry every month over 2021, also as a diary for myself. Always good to go back and see, where we were. So January 21, I think 2021 started maybe not the way we expected it to. We were hoping after 2020 that things will shift, change, evolve, and it seems like this year it's not going to be an easy year, it's going to be a year that we will have a lot of catching up to do. I feel like 2020 was that shock year, adrenaline in the system, everything seemed new and crazy, and now we're kind of slowing down, but things don't seem to be changing much. We're still in lockdown, we're still, wearing masks, and there's still pandemic all over the place. And I think this year will definitely be one of those years that will require a lot of inner strength, a lot of inner searching, a lot of inner conviction, of who we are and what is important for us. And also, if you feel like you're part of this collective, and you are, if you feel it or not, but if you can do it consciously, to hold the vision for the collective, to, I read this quotation today too, if you want to heal, you have to see beyond pain, the world or yourself beyond pain, and this is a strong call to all of us who have interest and can do that. I think this year is going to be rather, I don't want to say tough, but differently tough than 2020, right? It's going to maybe wear us out a little bit, but having said that, astrologically we have started new cycles, and these cycles will be continuing, right? Right now I feel like we're hanging in between the World card and the Fool card, and I compare it often to, a woman giving birth, and there's this baby's head just sticking out there, like we're not fully birthed yet. And so the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius happened at the beginning of the year, or end of 2020 on winter solstice. And these guys have moved into Aquarius. Pluto, which will be like a big step into, kind of finishing up the old processes, will only move around end of 2023, 2024. So this is what we also kind of waiting for, but we are already, making our first breath, or putting first steps into the new energy. But imagine, like, even with energy of the Fool, when we start a new cycle, sometimes we totally have no idea where we're going, we feel lost, we feel kind of strange, the old is gone but not fully, like we're trying to maybe catch up onto it, like the new is starting, but like there's just the light in the tunnel, it just feels like this right now, at least to me. And astrologically I can actually see also, with Uranus going through Taurus, it will be squaring Saturn this year. These are powerful forces between the new, the revolutionary, the technology, new solutions, social justice, and the old systems, and whatever was holding the old world together. These forces will be still like, under the square 90 degrees, and like, rubbing off each other. So this year seems like a difficult year in this regard, but also an important year for all of us who know to keep the vision and to keep doing you the best you can. So for January, this was my card of the month, and it comes from Folarcos Tarot. And my light, the round light, is like, but look at this Empress, she's so gorgeous. And that was my January card, and you know how I feel about her. I did share it on my Instagram account that those ladybugs, ladybirds that are all over her, while I was looking through my dream journal, I found a dream from 7 years ago, that spoke about, the title was Colony of Ladybirds. And there's more symbols here that are really important to me and that kind of struck me for January. But I did work with that dream. And when I say work with the dream, I'm actually signed up for a dream workshop. And dream work keeps coming back to me from like last year, and I keep continuing doing this. It's a slow work, sometimes you do get this kind of tower-like epiphanies, but usually it's a slow work. And I did a workshop with Carmen Sorrenti, the creator of Folarcos deck, because this is where that Empress comes from, Folarcos Tarot. And you can see the interview with the deck creator I did. It's really a beautiful and interesting one. And she has given us the spread for the dreams, and I did the spread with the Folarcos Tarot about that dream, and it did give me some insights, especially in the cyclical movement, because it reminded me of something like a Saturn cycle. The dream was from 2013, so it was 7 years ago, and Saturn moves every 7 years. It does the quarter, so 28 years it moves around our birth chart. So it's an interesting and valid and really kind of important milestone, and yeah, that was something that I've done a lot in January, kind of looking back, looking at the cycles, doing, kind of rechecking with myself where I'm personally at. And I know that helps me a lot. And actually, a client of mine who had bought the life purpose reading or life path reading from me has asked me if I'm offering something for returning clients that don't have to get the life path reading again, but want to have like a yearly astrology checkup. And she inspired me, so I did put this offering onto my website. If you had life path or life purpose reading with me, or if you know your chart and you want to have like an hour astrology forecast type forecast, in a sense of like, where you are, what cycles you're going through in 2021, this reading is on offer on my website right now. I actually have to check just very quickly how I called it. And this is not a chart interpretation, so for anybody who didn't get the chart done ever, you would have to get, either from me or from anybody else, but it's the life path reading or life purpose reading. I have the live call that you can do with me, or the recorded video that I sent to you, and I called it Astrology Yearly Forecast Session. So this is for people who had the life path reading with me, who know a little bit about their charts, who know where their sun, moon, ascendants are, and what their biggest lessons are, because this is what the life path reading is about. I also offer now a tarot session live. So if somebody wants to experience my reading style and wants to do it live, there is also a possibility on my website to do that live, because most of my readings are offered as video recordings. But if you wanted a live session, if you feel like the need to discuss things live, if you have questions and you would prefer the live version, this is something that you will find on my website right now as well. So that was maybe part of the Empress that I did, which was the positive aspect of the Empress. But as you know, I believe that most of the archetypes have two sides to each story, right? So the more negative side of the Empress that I did also in January was lying a lot. I felt like this bloody Empress, just like binging on Netflix and not feeling like doing much. So I swung a little bit between this inspiration and creativity versus just like, bring it to me, and I just going to lie and smell nicely. So that was also a big part of my Empress archetype in January. But yeah, in all respect, that was a cool way to, you know, enter the year. And I loved that Empress. When I looked at her chest with this green and red, I also got in January that Christ bottle from Orasoma, because I felt really drawn to Christ energy a lot. And I got this little, will it focus? Orasoma, like Christ quintessence, and also Lady Nada, which is like a vibration of Mary, Mother Mary. So they both are kind of part of my January journey. And that was, you know, I was again doing reading for a client, and she pulled the Christ card, and I was just going, oh my God, I think I need this bottle. So I pulled my pendulum and we checked it, and she wanted it and I wanted it. So, you know, that's how it was. My cardstock for January were twos, and I did a video about twos, and I was thinking about not using the word stalker, but it's, you know, stalker, it's kind of has a lot of negative associations, right? So a lot of people, I mean, a few people mention it to me that maybe this is not the best word choice. And then I'm trying to use another one, like a card repetitive. I just don't know. I know that Lyndon and Rebecca, they have given me some, you know, synonym, what do you call it in English? Synonyms, yes? Synonyms, but I don't remember them right now. So anyway, my cardstock was Two of Swords, and I have done a video about it, so I will link it below. I also got really fascinated back with Sabian symbols, and with looking at different points in astrology chart myself, of my own chart, and, you know, the clients when I do readings, to figure out what the Sabian symbols of, you know, whatever the Sabian symbols are for me. And I have like wrote them down for all these different transits and for my MC and different points in my chart. So that was fascinating to go back there, because I've been there in, you know, many years ago when I started doing astrology readings, and I used the Sabian symbols, but then I stopped, and now I'm back to it. So the Sabian symbols came back, and I think this is really fascinating way to deepen the knowledge about yourself through imagery, because the symbols are basically just like a psychic images put into a sentence. And I also did a video about it, so hopefully I can link it there, you know, for you to take a look if you haven't. I also have done this ancestral sleeping house, and this was part of Deep Play Divination with Melissa Lucia. I don't know if you've heard about it, but this is started for, it's a year-long course, and this year we have a lot of different people, different teachers, so this is an interesting, this is actually part of the last year Deep Play Divination. So I have done my ancestral sleeping house, and that was a fun. It was actually very powerful exercise, and this is based on Martin Prechtel's article, and he speaks about it, how we offering things to our ancestors, we have to feed them, you know. And there's a lot of beautiful background to this article, and Melissa sent it to us, you know, for the course, and when I read it I was just really inspired, and she sends all the materials for you to do things like this. So I've done the ancestral sleeping house in January, and I have met for Inspired Tarot Map with James Wanless, which was amazing, and that inspired me, of course, to reach back for the Voyager Tarot, and all that a lot of you did too. He's really amazing and inspiring person. I might have a special treat for you soon, maybe a discounted price for one of his courses. I'm speaking to his, you know, like a lady who organizes that for him, she's approached me and asked me if I want an affiliate link, and it will be like a special price for people, you know, for my audience. So if anybody is interested, there will be a win-win situation. You can get a discount price and I can get some money back for advertising this. But James Wanless, yeah, he's inspired me a lot, and catching up with him was really amazing. I also caught up with Hanya from you know, the self-love tarot, self-care tarot, and it's finishing off the Kickstarter campaign, and it's already been, you know, funded. So we will be seeing, it's a Polish deck, body conscious, like really beautiful and fun concept. And I also just posted an interview with Amy Wan from the deck for Wonder Walking, which I love this deck. So it was like really fascinating deck and fascinating interview to do. And I love Amy. We got up and had instant connection, which was lovely. Same with James. So, you know, it was just like wonderful. So that was also part of this Empress maybe creation force, but I wanted to create some more lessons, and I'm preparing something with Mary and Divine Feminine. Like, I just really feel pull towards this type of subject, and this type of subject also I come using the cards to do that, you know, to explore that. And we are playing during the Deep Play Divination 2021 with Deep Play Conduit, Creative Conduit Oracle. It's deck in work, so you can't purchase this deck yet. It's a little bit similar to Oracle of Initiation when it comes to the images, but it has it's very bright, but it has, you know, descriptions in the back, and they basically like keywords, quotation, are part of the like a chapter that you actually that it belongs to, and the number and the name. So you have like different ones, and it's really fun way also to play. So on in Deep Play 2021 with Melissa Lucia, we're actually trying out to work with this deck and to see how it can be worked with till Melissa will be ready to, you know, offer it to the public and give it a go and sell it. What else? Favorite decks, you know, in January I get to play with Lua Tarot by Marie Bento, Phoenician Oracle, and Telluric Tarot by Lunaria Gold. All the like, if you go into my channel videos, we will see the newest reviews. That's what I'm talking about now. Essential Tarot by Pablo Monti, the Flora, Fauna and Fantastical Being by Rebecca, Compass Cards, Barbara Walker deck and her book, which is fascinating, this Conduit Oracle, and that gorgeous Gentle Tarot, which I love so much. I've done the review of this deck also recently, and I'm going to catch up with Marisa as well. One of the decks that was waiting its turn, it's the Minoan Tarot. I have had this deck forever, and I just, you know, haven't been drawn to use it. And right now on Instagram we have this Into the Labyrinth challenge for February, and I really felt drawn to use this deck. So this is what I also felt like, you know, maybe that's February pull, but that's what happened right now. And the decks that I was really drawn to recently were also herbal decks, which is interesting. So this deck, the Herbal Healing deck, I love this deck. I think the book to this deck is so gorgeous, and the images are kind of, you know, funky, and it's soulful. It's really beautiful. I love it. So I pulled this one up. Also the Essential Oils deck. It's called Spirit of the Scent. I don't know if many of you have heard about this deck. I received it from my friend Vicky. Yeah, I haven't advertised this deck much because I don't know. I didn't felt drawn to use it before, but it's a beautiful one, and it has less cards than the Oracle of the Essences that I usually use, but it's a sweet deck. So I have been using this one in January together with this herbal healing deck, and that was fun to do. I have done a few wands. I can't show them anymore because they have sold, but yeah, there's also one which I did for myself, and I love this one. So hopefully I will make some more. I do have a lot of branches that I brought from Croatia, so I hope I can, you know, get it going. I got a new skull in January, but it hasn't arrived yet, and I received a beautiful gift, and now I don't know if this is going to be possible for you to see, but it's actually Mangano calcite, and it's really gorgeous. It's beautiful, sparkly quality. It looks like a rose or yoni, you know, and I got it from my friend Ella, and it's really gorgeous. So I love the energy of this crystal. And as I said, I got a new skull. It's coming, and yeah, today is Imbolc, the light. In Poland we celebrate groom nichna, so I have that big candle lit up there, and traditionally people used to light this candle. They were huge, made from beeswax, and they were protective. They connected to Slavic roots as well, to pagan roots, to Celtic roots, to Bridget, to Giovanna, to Marzana. You know, there's a lot of information. Maybe I will do a video about it. I don't know if Magdalena from Wolf of Coins, if she ever has done a video about it. I will check. But I think it's fascinating how here the overlap of, you know, Christianity and Slavic and pagan beliefs come together. That's fascinating. So I'm going to take a look, maybe like prepare some short information. But today is the return of the light, and it reminds me of what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, that like we are responsible for keeping that fire burning, right? We are responsible for fanning that fire and for keeping the hearth of ourselves going. So that's what I wish to all of us, you know, to be able to do it, to stay healthy, to stay strong, to stay inspired, and to be able to take breaks, and just probably don't take things so seriously, if possible. If possible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love to see, you know, you comment and to share with me what your favorites were in January. How do you feel about 2021 right now? What's new in your life? And yeah, just share. It would be lovely to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I speak to you soon. Bye.